That's me 6 years and 600 pounds ago, before I knew how much I hated myself. I didn't like Cars 3 because I'm a hater. And I was like, fuck that little bitch. Why does she get to be the new fucking piston? Like, why is she, like the whole passing of the baton thing where it's like,
Hudson now.
fuck you, I don't want that. Some of the girls were like, yeah, let's watch Moana. And then some of the boys were like, nah, that's a girl movie. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Hits Podcast. My name is Oscar. This is my sister, Sophia. This is our podcast. It's called the Hits Podcast, HTS, no I. Today, we are going to be talking about the favorite movies of our childhood. Again, I don't know how new you are here, but we talk about TV, film, maybe sometimes music, maybe sometimes food, maybe sometimes whatever we want, but mostly TV and film is what we're doing as of now. So let's get right into it. Actually, no, let's not.
We're not. Wait. You have to wait. What are we waiting for?
Why are you yelling at them?
I don't know. Like, it felt right in the moment, you know?
Anyways, yesterday, I wrote this down yesterday because I was going to forget. I'll listen to like movies or shows and stuff to like fall asleep. And sometimes I'm real stupid and I like overthink it. And I start stressing about like what to watch because I'm like, do I watch this? Do I listen to this for the millionth time? Do I listen to this semi-new thing? Do I listen to this thing I'm kind of familiar with? Do I even feel like listening to that at this moment? Do I just go back to the shit I've heard a million times over? And it's just like, right? Eventually, I decided to watch Dodgeball because it was on Netflix.
God. Did you forget how funny it is?
Yeah. No, hold on. No. I didn't forget how funny that movie is. That movie's hilarious. And it reminds me of like how funny comedies were back in like the early 2000s and shit when people were still like, they would make certain types of jokes. And then it kind of reminded me, maybe we should like do a thing where we intentionally watch comedies that were released like 2015 and on to see if like, were the old comedies really better or are we just like stuck in our ways of being mean to each other? You know what I mean? Or like, do new comedies, are they actually funny? Do they actually have something to offer? You know what I'm saying? Anyways, because definitely the types of jokes they make are different. Anyways, no, the point is, I was listening to Dodgeball yesterday. I forgot how the intro scene is the whole like promo commercial for Globo Gym. It's so fucking funny how that at the time is supposed to be this like satirical, no one's this much of a douchebag, therefore it's like ridiculous and funny thing. It's so fucking weird how close that intro is to like what actual people on social media do nowadays. You know what I mean? I'm gonna pull it up on my computer just so I can, because I don't remember the exact like quotes, but I'm just gonna play it on like the YouTube shit on here so you guys can get what I'm talking about. The first two sentences are: tired of being the same old you, tired of being out of shape and out of luck with the opposite sex, tired of being overweight and under attractive. And then let me see what he says. It's so stupid. He's all like, here at Global Gym, we understand that ugliness and fatness are genetic disorders, just much like baldness and necrophilia.
My God.
And he says, and it's only your fault if you don't hate yourself enough to do something about it.
Well,
it's so funny.
And that's how you, whatchamacallit, get motivated to go to the gym, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, there's another little bit at the end that are, hold on. And then they have a fucking cosmetic surgery section of the gym. They're like, with our competitively priced cosmetic surgery division, we can turn that Frankenstein into a Frankenfine.
My God. Frankenstein.
He goes, of course you'll still be you in a legal sense, but think of it as a thinner, more attractive, better you, thanks to our help.
God.
Oh, that you could never accomplish without us. That's what he says. Oh, look. And then he starts talking about how he was also a client of Global Gym.
And how much better he is now that...
Well, and then he's like, they show a picture of fat him, and he's like, that's me 6 years and 600 pounds ago, before I knew how much I hated myself. And then they don't show it right here because it starts panning to the average Joes. But then at the very end of the commercial, he's like, we're Globo Gym. We're better than you. And we know it.
It's like, come join us and be better than everyone else now.
The amount of fitness dickheads on the internet that genuinely talk about, like, are you tired of being anything but the best version of yourself? Are you ready to unlock your potential and all this shit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, geez, I might as well just come out with it. Like, you know. So anyways, that movie's hilarious.
You're Chrissy.
But I thought of that.
Jolly wish.
Also, I had a dream. It was crazy. I could tell you about
I
it now, or I could tell you about it later.
Oh my god. You should tell it on a stage in front of a bunch of people and then become famous for it.
Nah, it's not that crazy.
No. All right, what's your dream?
Okay, we'll talk
There's
about it.
high standards for people who have dreams.
You know Peter Dinklage?
Yeah.
The dude from Game of Thrones?
I said yeah.
And from Elf?
I said yes.
And from Avengers Infinity War? Anyways, I had a dream that he was our cousin. And he was like...
fuck?
And he was like unfamous and younger
Okay.
than us. And we were famous
And
doing
older
this
than him?
shit already. And older than him. And then we were famous doing this shit already.
Mhm.
And we all lived at my nana's house. Like he lived in like the side house and we lived in like the regular one. And he
our
was
nana's
like,
our grandma.
everybody fucking knows that, Sophia.
They might not.
And he was like conniving to like ride our famous coattails. And like we were just there. And he was living there. We were just there. And then we were like leaving because we were gonna like go back to LA or go back to like wherever to just like be famous.
Go back
and
to
do
our
thing.
mansion.
And yeah, type thing. And he was like trying to like come with us and like just join our team and like this and that. But it was under the understanding that it was like with genuine like bad intentions of like robbing us or like fucking like
Peter Dinklage.
Yeah,
How
like
could you?
like stealing our fortune or like fucking
We work so hard.
blackmailing us or like trying to fucking ruin our image or like some sort of like fucking something, right?
Yeah.
And so the whole dream was like we were trying to like get away from him and like escape, right? And so like we were like at my nana's house and we got into a truck and we started like driving away like fucking like on the run. And I don't remember. And like it took us forever to get in the truck without him also getting in the truck. And then we were on the run. And then somehow he was still just like on the way. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't just enough to get in the truck. Like we had to actively like run away. Right.
Okay.
And then we were driving through like the neighborhood in Socorro and shit. And then there was a point where we kind of like turned a curb and there was like a puddle and it was like a big puddle. And we were like, all right, just go. Like, we got to go. Blah, blah, blah. And we drove into the puddle and the whole fucking truck fell into like a sinkhole. Like, it was like a giant hole puddle. Like, you ever seen those videos?
What?
Well, hold on. You ever seen those videos where like a dude jumps into a puddle and he fucking falls into the whole thing? And it's like, turns out the whole truck, it was like a pickup truck. If the whole thing fell into there.
We're famous enough to live in a mansion in LA, and we have a fucking pickup
It wasn't
truck?
necessarily a mansion in LA. It was just like we were just going back to our famous lives. Like
we're
we came
famous
to
enough
visit,
to
and now
where
we're going
Peter
back.
Dinklage is trying
It's
to
a
ride our
fucking dream, Sophia.
coattails,
It's not supposed to make sense.
and we have a pickup truck.
It was just the truck that we had available to us to get away, right?
Mm.
And the whole fucking truck fell in there. Why are you drinking that big ass gallon of tea? What
I've been
the
waiting
fuck?
for you to notice.
Pour it in a glass.
No, but it makes me feel like a man. You know, like yeah, this is my
Anyways,
tea. All of my
shut
backwash
up.
is in this. You know.
So we drove into the puddle and the whole fucking truck fell
In our pickup truck.
to the puddle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we were like, oh, fuck.
And then we started
you
drowning.
were like, no. We were like, oh,
No?
fuck. And it was like sealed, right? No water was getting in.
Oh, yeah.
And we were like, shit, what do we do? And then I was thinking about it. I was like, okay, we're going to take off our seatbelts. Then we're going to open the window. But like, we need to like get the fuck out through the window so that we can swim up and fuck this truck, right?
Because we're rich enough to not care.
Shut
despite
up,
the fact
shut up, shut up, shut
that
up,
we
shut
own a
up. Let me
pickup
tell my fucking story. It's funny. I don't need your help. And I was like, we're going to swim out and we'll be fine. And I was about to like turn to you and like break it down and like, this is the plan. This is what's going to happen. And then the truck did that thing that things do sometimes where like it had fallen in and then it kind of like floated back up, like bobbed up in the water.
Mm-hmm.
And so we came back up and then I was like, oh shit, if we can just get like the front tires to like the edge of the hole, I can step on the gas
going.
and we can go. And I stepped on the gas a bit and the tires started moving and we started getting closer to the hole. And then eventually we hit the edge and I was like, "Arr!" And I fucking like, I step on the gas and I like turn it a bit and we fucking got out of the hole.
Is this your whole dream? Is that
No,
the end of it?
it gets worse.
Oh my god.
and then we were kind of talking about it, and I was like, oh shit, like I was already trying to think of like what to do, or like how are we gonna get out of this? But then the truck floated back up, and it was like, okay, never mind, fuck that plan. We can do this shit. And then you were like, I was just waiting for you to tell us what we were gonna do.
I was just waiting.
you were like, I didn't know what we were gonna do, but I figured you would figure
You'd
it out.
have the plan. Yeah.
And then I don't remember what happened after that, but then we ended up on like a bullet train, but still like in our escaping of Peter Dinklage, our cousin,
Our younger cousin.
who's trying to steal our fortune.
And fame.
And then the dream ended. I don't remember after that.
Oh.
But like
Weird ass dream.
it was hilarious.
Weird.
I had a great time. And then I woke up and I was cold as fuck, and I was like, oh shit, let me put the blanket on.
Weirdo. Anyways, I've realized I may be a kind of a bitch sometimes
Oh.
to the public. Not
Why?
the public
What made
as
you
in
realize
you
it?
that I was yelling at everybody, but just generally picture
What
it.
made you realize it?
It was Halloween.
Oh,
Me and my friends went to the club, right? I was dressed as
Did you
the
guys
queen
go to
of...
the city?
No, we ended up staying here. But anyways,
Okay.
we went to the club, right? And I was the Queen of Hearts, insert image here, right? And I had a little fan with me. Actually, is my fan here? Hold on, let me find my fan. Okay, I'm gonna look for it for like
When'd you
2
buy that?
seconds. The fan?
No, what you're wearing.
That's a great
Because like,
question.
first of all, it's matching. Second of all,
Yeah.
it's a color you don't normally wear. Third of all,
Yeah.
it's like a fit that you don't normally wear. Sophia's like
I'ma
24/7
I'ma be
baggy,
a girly
unmatching
girl.
clothes. You
Ooh.
know,
Ah.
her
Ooh.
friends are influencing her.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I
Stop
can't
it,
find
you
it. So
fucking-
I said I couldn't find it. Anyways, it's just a fan, like a fucking, I don't know, a little feather fan, right?
Little queen, like
Little queen. Yeah, it was just like whoosh, 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 right? So I had it with me at the club, right? And like at some point, some dude was trying to hit up one of our friends, right? He was dancing with her, whatever. I don't really care. Then he looks at my fan and he's like, or you know what? I don't think I'm a dick. I think people might think I'm a dick for this. I'm backtracking. I don't think I'm a bitch, okay? I think I was perfectly
now
reasonable
with
in
this, I'm sure you were. But go ahead.
I think I was perfectly reasonable, and other people can go fuck themselves. Anyways, I had the fan in myself, and then my friend, like I could see her kind of like go like it looked like she was high, and I was like, I got you, because like there's a lot of people in like the thing, you know, it's funny or whatever, and she just started laughing. She's like, like right, and then the dude
While
was like,
she's dancing with the dude,
some other friend. Well, no, he was kind of dancing in the circle. Like it was weird. They were like dancing together, and then he kind of like spread off, and we were dancing in a circle. But he was next to her, but he was like in the circle.
okay,
Does that make sense? It was
Yeah.
when he was in the circle. They weren't like dancing off on each
Okay.
other at the right.
Yeah.
Fanned her. She was like, haha, right? And he's like, let me see your fan. And I was like, no.
No.
And he's like, come on, like, let me see it. And I
Let
was
me
like,
see it.
but the thing is, I'm saying all this smiling. He was like,
You're
"Let me see
like,
it."
you're
I
like,
was like,
no.
no. Yeah, like that, like no. And then he was like, come on, and I was like, no.
No.
And then I looked at someone else, and then I started dancing with them. But I'm like, fuck you, like it's my fan. Why would I give you my fan? You're a stranger, like stranger danger, you know?
You're a dick, dude.
I
What the
don't
fuck is
fucking
gonna
know.
happen? You're gonna hand it to him and he's gonna run off with it? Like,
No, but I didn't want to give it to him.
that's. You're such a youngest child, bro. Like,
Maybe.
you're just like, fuck you. Why? Like,
Why? Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
share?
that's genuinely how I felt. I was like, I don't fucking know
But
you.
why? Like,
But why? Yeah.
oh my god, that's fucking hilarious.
All right. So there was that.
I thought you were gonna be there fanning her while they're dancing, and I was gonna be like, ew, Sophia, you don't have to like people, but don't be that girl. Like, fuck off. They're busy, you know? Anyways.
I wasn't that girl. Anyways, so yeah, there was that, which I thought was pretty funny. There was also another instance at the same club. This time this dude fucked off at some point, right? And it was just back to our regularly scheduled friends. And see, the thing is, what little backstory to me, I don't go out to the club like ever. Like I'll do it maybe once a month, and that's being generous. You know what I mean? So
That's 'cause
whenever
her
I
friends,
do,
like, make her.
yeah. So whenever I do, it's because I'm just there to genuinely have a good time with my friends. Like, I'm not going for any other fucking, like, I don't want to meet my mans at the club. Okay. Like, no, thank you. So we're there, right? And I think this one might make me a little bit of a dick, but at the it's because there's arguments to be made. But anyways, we're there, right?
Is this the hair story?
No, we're there.
Oh.
It's all of our friends again, right? And then I feel someone tap my shoulder, and like I turn around, and it's like this dude, and he's like, he has his hand. Look, Yaskri, look. He has his hand up. He's like kind of like, let's go dance. And then I just turned back around.
You couldn't even be like, no, I'm all right, and then turn around, like.
Yeah, I realized that afterwards, where I was like, damn, I could have been like a little nicer about it. But then I was just like,
nah.
Oh well. But yeah, I was like, it is what it is, you know? But yeah. I think that one, when I was saying I might have been a bitch, that was the one I was primarily thinking about. And then I remembered the fan one, and then I was like, I'm gonna tell that story first just because that one happened first. And in my brain, I was like, that makes sense. But yeah, I don't think I'm a bitch for the fan one. Fuck you, it's my fan. You're a stranger, and you're not even trying to hit up on me. You're trying to hit up on my friend. So like, leave me and my fan alone, you know?
Slut.
Fucking whore. Anyways, the second one I might be a bitch for, but people are kind of crazy sometimes. I don't know.
That's the type of shit where it's like, there's always an argument to be made on either side, where like girls are like, guys don't listen when you tell them nicely, so I'm gonna be mean to them. But it's like, on the other end, it's like, okay, but if you're mean to a nice guy, you're gonna turn him into an asshole. That's how all those assholes came about to begin with. Like, nobody's just born an asshole. And it's like, also, you're an asshole for just being an asshole to everyone. Or being an asshole to a guy just because he's a guy makes you an asshole. You know what I mean? It's like, you kind of, there's an argument to be made that you have to kind of let things run their course. You know what I mean? Like, girls that hate being hit on, that doesn't make sense. If you hate being hit on rudely, okay, that makes sense. If you hate being hit on fucking objectifyingly, okay, that makes sense. If you hate if guys just come up and rub on you, okay, that makes sense. But just being hit on in general, it's like, you're a dick. Like, chill the fuck out. You know? Yeah. Sorry someone's interested in you. You know what I mean?
That's why I was like, I might have been a bit of a bitch in that one. Like,
that's where I'm saying, like, if he was like, you could be like, nah, I'm all right.
I'll presume responsibility or whatever. But also, whatever. I'll assume whatever.
That's that type of shit where, like,
I'll assume responsibility, but at the same time, I'm just, like, I'm not super hung up on it to where I'm like, damn. Like, I was just like, nah.
Yeah. That's the type of shit where, like, if he's like, and you're like, nah, and then he's like, and then you just turn around, it's like, yeah, you already told him no.
Yeah.
You know?
I was about to say, kudos for him. He did leave me alone after that. So, I appreciate that, you know? It kind of reminds me of the worst a girl can say is no.
No, it's fucking not.
It's not fucking.
Tell motherfucker I appreciate it. Fucking Tom Segura, have you seen that shit?
Nah.
It was some shit like, oh, he tells a story about how he had a friend who was like a huge fan of like whatever team, and like there's this thing that you could do where you wait at like the tunnel, and then as the team passes by, you can like say hi or this or ask for autographs or whatever. And he was such a big fan of the team that he went and he waited, and the team lost like a really big game, and they were walking back in, and he was trying to like, oh, hey, it's so-and-so. Oh, hey, you, hi, blah, blah, blah. And all of them were like, fuck you, dude. I'm fucking pissed and busy right now. Go fuck yourself, kind of thing. Oh. And Tom's like laughing the whole time because he's like, that fucking sucks. Like, damn. And then eventually, one of the like last dudes of the team to walk in, he was like, he had been arrested and shit for like shooting up a club and like violence, like criminal type shit. You know how every now and then there's an athlete who just is on a bunch of dumb shit outside of the sport. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One of those. And the dude, the friend, was still just like, so-and-so, what's up? Like, awesome. Yeah. And then he was like, and the dude was like, who the fuck are you? Like, what do you want? And he was like, look, man, I'm a big fan. My dad is a really big fan. Like, I love the team. You know, I love watching you guys play, blah, 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 blah. And then he like had a football or something. He wanted him to sign it, or like, my dad was a big fan of yours or some shit. And then the dude was just like, tell him, motherfucker, I appreciate it. And then just like kept going. And that was like the best interaction he had that whole time. But Tom's
Yeah.
point was like, I'm gonna say that. Tell that motherfucker I appreciate it.
Alright.
So, anyways, that's you when the dude fucked off after
Yeah,
asking you to
that was like
dance. All right, we can start talking about movies now. What do you have?
Okay.
These are our favorite movies of our childhood.
Of when we were little chillins. Now I'm gonna take you back, way back when I was still a little thing, and I couldn't even walk, and I could barely even talk, and I was just always in a chair going, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And the occasional mama, you know? In other words, I was a baby, okay? Apparently, per my mother, when I was a baby, I loved Toy Story. Like, loved Toy Story, to the point where, like, if I was sitting in my little, like, baby rocking chair thingy and my mom had Toy Story on, I was a little angel. Didn't cry, didn't make a peep, just there watching Toy Story. And as soon as the movie finished, I would start getting fussy again and be like, ah, right? And then she would play it again, and then I was chilling again. So, back to the OGs, Toy Story. It's my favorite. I don't quite remember it, but I believe my mother, you know? I don't think she's a liar sometimes, you know? That's funny. What?
I was about to say, we should do movies that we remember liking as opposed to movies that, like, we're told we were whatever. You know what I mean? Because then we could speak a little more to, like, I liked it because of this or I liked it because of that. Ooh, I remembered another one. Hold on. But then I was also just looking up movies that were, like, popular back in the day. And I found this one, and I hate this movie. But Celeste liked it, which means you probably also liked it because Sophia was like real.
Which one?
Sophia was very like classic little brother in that way, where like she did everything Celeste did. The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Yeah.
It's such a stupid movie. It's so like.
I have fond memories of that movie.
I don't remember what show I was watching. I was watching a show recently, and they mentioned that movie, and they're like, "Yeah, the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants," and they're like, "So it's about pants that travel?" And they're like, "No, the pants fit all of them like perfectly." And they were like, "Even the fat one?" And like, just I don't remember what it was, like solar opposites or some shit where they're like assholes about everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh yeah, that stupid fucking movie. I forgot about that one."
I liked that movie. I forgot about that one too until like just
I haven't seen it. I just remember it being like a big movie in like your guys' life.
I was about to say that's the thing though. I remember seeing it. I remember watching it. I remember liking it. I don't really remember many of the plot lines though. You know, it's like one of those to me.
For those of you that don't know, it's about 4 or 5 friends. They're girls. I think
they're
it's 4
women,
of them.
ladies.
And they're shopping.
They
find one single pair of jeans that magically fits all of them
perfectly.
Despite their different body types.
Yeah. And then they were all like, I think they were all together, and then they all had to separate.
They all had to separate. Like they were on like summer vacation or summer camp or some bullshit, and they all had to go back to their lives.
OG
and
lives,
then they like take turns keeping the pants, where like one of them takes it with her, and then she has them for 2 months, and then she ships them to the next friend along with like letters of like how they've been or some bullshit. And then they ship them to the next friend and ship them to the next friend. And they all have like historical core memories with these fucking pants that fit all of them. And I don't remember the end of the movie, but I remember the movie is as dumb as it sounds. So you don't need to watch it, but you know,
it's a good movie.
Kind of a hit.
I don't
it was kind
really
of a
remember,
hit in our household.
I don't remember more than what Oscar just said, but I remember it was a good movie.
You know what I remember actually?
What?
And it's like it just reminded me because of this list that I found. Number 5 on this list is Barbie Fairytopia. I don't know if I remember that movie. I don't know if you remember that movie. But what I do remember, here's the problem. My parents were separated when we were kids.
They were?
Shut up. It's like she wasn't there. So it was during the week. It was my 2 sisters, my mom, and me, which means I was outnumbered significantly. I would go to my dad's house on the weekend. I would go to my dad's house on the weekend, right? Mm-hmm. My sisters were very much girls. And my mom was very much like, oh, be nice to your sisters, get along with your sisters. My mom didn't, from what I remember, she didn't really, not that she didn't allow for it or that she didn't encourage it, but it wasn't this dynamic of like, Oscar's a boy, he does boy things, and Celeste and Sophia are girls, they do girl things, right? Where like if I wanted to be here doing this and I didn't want to play with the girls, she was just like okay with that. It was very much like, you're all kids, you all can do whatever you want, there are no
together.
boy and girl things. Like if Oscar wants to watch these movies or the girls want to play these games or this or that or whatever, like, you know what I mean? There was no sort of like forced
Gender roles.
gender roles of like, if I wanted to play video games and the girls wanted to play video games, they can play video games too. Video games aren't just a boy thing, right?
Right.
So that meant I ended up watching the fucking Barbie movies with you guys. Because it was like the type of shit where like I would be outnumbered, where like both of you wanted to watch the Barbie
What movie should we watch tonight? The Barbie movie.
Yeah, and I was
movie it
outnumbered immediately, right? And if any of our cousins were
Like a
there,
fucking loser.
most of them were girls too. The
We-
ones
yeah,
around our
most of-
age.
The one, especially from our mom's side of the family.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I'm talking about. This is when they were separated.
Yeah.
They were girls too. So then I would be outnumbered, and I was too young to like go play by myself while everybody watches a movie. You know what I mean? So then I ended up watching the Barbie movies and shit too, right? But I was so young that I didn't have any sort of fucking gripe about this is for girls or I'm a boy or whatever the fuck. So I ended up liking the movies, right? And they used to make fun of me.
That's our aunt.
Our aunt on my dad's side, who is the mother of my closest like male cousin growing up, at some point it was made known that I'd seen the Barbie movies and I was like, oh yeah, that one, like I like that one, or like this one's my favorite one or whatever. And then they were kind of like, what the fuck, you've seen these movies? And I'm like, yeah, like I watch them at my mom's house with my sisters. And yeah, and I'm like, I watch them at my mom's house with my sisters and blah 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 blah. And for literal decades, literally just brought it up, I think when we were at Celeste's birthday party.
Did she?
Where she was like, yeah, Oscar used to watch the Barbie movie when he was a kid and he liked it. And in my head, now I'm an adult and I'm like, do you not understand that I was not in control of that situation? Like, yeah, I fucking watched it. Like, I didn't have a fucking choice. Everybody else was watching
what
it.
you liked and didn't like, though.
No, I don't believe that either. Especially nowadays, especially now as an adult, when people have this bullshit. I was just thinking about this yesterday. When people have this bullshit about like, oh, I don't listen to this artist because she's a girl, or I don't listen to this song because it's a girl talking about a guy that she loves, so it's from the girl's perspective of like how she feels. I'm like, that's fucking stupid. Like,
oh, like with our one cousin and the lunch, Billie Eilish's Lunch song.
Yeah, like that. Like we have a male cousin and he loves Billie Eilish as an artist, but he won't listen to Lunch because it's a girl talking about another girl, and he's
eating
like,
pussy.
that's not really what I do. And I'm like, that's stupid, right? Like that type of shit I don't get, right? And I think that type of shit only exists because it's in your head. You feel like that's what you're supposed to be, right? Or that's like the manly thing to do. When it's just, I don't know, it doesn't make any sense to me. But it's because we grew up that way, where it was like, you can like whatever you want, whether it's for boys, not for boys, for girls, for this, for that, for whatever. And I still agree with that. But she used to make fun of me. And she was like, why do you like the Barbie movies? Right?
Yeah. And that's why Oscar's so feminine. And that's why I'm so manly.
Yeah, nah, you guys aren't even manly like that.
I'm getting more
You
in
guys,
touch with
no,
my
you guys
femininity.
you guys aren't manly. You're just not ladylike. You know what I mean? Because like you don't know how to fix shit.
Yeah, I do.
And you don't fight people. You know what I mean?
could.
Like you're not violent.
Not out loud.
Sophia's kind of violent.
I could be.
Sophia has like a violent like soul. Like she will hurt your feelings. And
It's fun. Like what's it called? Like if I'm in the car with someone else, I'm not gonna road rage out loud, but I'll feel it. But if I'm in the car alone, I'm totally yelling at the other people driving. You know what I mean? But I mainly won't do it. It's actually funny because like I won't do it. Like if you and me were in the car, well, actually it might be a little different because you're my brother. But let's say me and my friend were in the car, I was driving, and someone cuts me off. I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it. I'm just gonna be like, ugh, annoying. We'll make 1 or 2 comments about it and then fuck off. But if I'm on the phone call with that same friend while I'm driving, I'm like, oh, this fucking asshole, you fucking come, and I'll be mad. But like, she's not there having to be like, oh my God, the person driving me right now is road raging. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. I don't want to put them through that. But like in my heart and soul, if you're ever driving with me somewhere and someone cuts me off really annoying, I hope you know in my head, I'm cussing that bitch out. Okay. But
road rage is so interesting to me because like sometimes I feel like it's just no, never mind. I was gonna say sometimes I feel like it's justified and sometimes it's not. But that's like anything. Like it's just about being reasonable, you know.
And
what I mean?
I was about to say I never road rage in a sense where I like fucking get in the next lane. Like, I follow people. I drive ahead to cut them off. Like no, I'll just yell at you in my car as you drive off and fuck off, and I drive off and fuck off. but like that's all it goes to.
Yeah, like sometimes I'll think about it because like when I'm by myself, like if I get to like a stop sign and it's like my right of way and I go and the other person starts going, I'll do shit where I'll be like, I'll hit
You
the brakes and I'll
fucking
be like,
idiot.
yeah, and I'll be like, look at this fucking moron. But it'll just be that, and then that'll be the end of it. I won't be mad. Like it'll just like
Yeah. And don't get me
and
wrong,
then it's gone.
I'll cuss them out, and then once I'm done cussing them out, I'll fucking move on.
It's just done, right?
It's just done.
But then in my head, I'm like, what if someone was here? Like, would they feel like that was a lot? And I was like,
Yeah.
no, I don't think
That's
that
why
much.
I don't do it. And that's also partially why I don't do it if someone else is in the car. Because I'm like, you don't know me well enough
to like know how much I mean this, or like
to know that I don't mean like
Yeah.
you know, like it's fine.
Anyways,
like I'm not gonna
Sophia's-
endanger your life.
Sophia's an asshole. Is the point? Just kidding. She's just violent. So, anyways, the Barbie movie.
Barbie movie.
I've
That's
seen-
Oscar's
I've seen-
favorite.
I've seen a lot of them. Anyways,
That's his favorite one.
that's not my favorite.
Which one's your favorite Barbie movie?
I don't know. Just kidding. I don't remember
Liar.
any of the old ones. Oh, I remember. Actually, I had thought of this one earlier to mention it, and I'm gonna mention it now because I'm seeing it on this list.
Which one?
No, I'll bring it up later.
Oh, you're
Speaking
annoying.
of, you know what mom did?
What?
So whack.
What? Oh my god, that's so
Moana.
whack.
Shut up. What do you remember of me and the
You?
movie Moana?
You liked it. And
How much?
a lot. And you watch a lot of the reason also why you watched it a lot. Like, yes, you liked it and you watched it a lot, but part of the reason you watched it a lot is because your girlfriend at the time had a little brother who liked it and watched that a lot. And you guys were like, yeah, we like this and watch this movie a lot.
Yeah. Anyways, so
That's what I
I
remember
like the movie
you.
Moana, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I like the movie Moana. I've seen it a lot. I know the songs, whatever. Yes, I did have a girlfriend at the time around when it came out. Yes, she had
Yeah.
a little brother. The brother was like 5 years old, and it was like a childhood movie of his. So we saw the movie a lot.
Yeah.
Later, when I was like 19, 20, 21, mom was substituting at the school, right?
Mm-hmm.
At some point, they were deciding like what to watch. They were going to watch a movie and they were trying to decide. And someone said Moana. And then some of the girls were like, yeah, let's watch Moana. And then some of the boys were like, nah.
That's
boo,
a girl movie.
That's a girl movie.
Boo! Feminism!
And then mom. That's going to be in the intro. And then mom was like,
My
There's
son.
no such thing as girl movies. What do you mean it's a girl movie? It's not for girls. Anybody can watch it if they want to. And they were like, nuh-uh, miss, right? And then she was like, yeah, and she was like, and mom talks about us a lot, apparently. And she was like, you guys know my son? Remember how I talk about my son? And they're like, yeah. And they were like, and she was like, he watches Moana.
He
and they
loves
were like,
Moana.
He loves Moana. And they were like, what? And she was like, yeah. And you know what he did? You know what he, and she was like, he used to wrestle in high school. You know what wrestling is? That's for fucking men. Like, tough.
Yeah.
Like, tough guy shit, right?
Yeah.
And she was like, and he knows how to fix things around the house.
I
and
thought
he knows
wrestling
how to,
was for gay guys.
Shut up. And he knows how to fix things around the house. And he this and he that. And mom starts like selling me as this like manly dude, right?
Man who likes Moana.
Or like a man's man, right?
Yeah.
And she was like, and he likes Moana and he sings the songs and it's okay because guys can do whatever they want.
And he
like,
has
so
long
it's
hair.
Not, and oh yeah, I did. And she was like, so it's not just for girls. I think it was right before I started growing my long hair out. And they were like, what? For real? And she was like, yeah. And then they all watched Moana. Right? And then one day at the end of the year, they were having a pizza party. And she signed me up to go help, like to go set up shit and this and that and whatever.
Did they ask you, do you actually like Moana?
It gets worse. I got there. I'm
got
setting
there.
up the shit, putting this, that, whatever. And then she was like, okay, Oscar, I need you to stand here in the front of the class. And I stood there in the front of the class. And she was like, the class has a question for you. And then I was like,
what the fuck?
These kids? Oh, here's the thing. They were like third graders. They were like third, fourth grade. So like they were kids.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck do these fucking weirdos want? And then she was like, ready, class? And she was like, and go. And then all of the fucking kids in the class were like, can you sing Moana? Because mom had shown them a video of me singing the Moana songs in the living room because I was sitting there watching the movie by myself because I like the movie.
That. Yeah.
And I sing the songs.
Like he does
and
that with Moana, he does it with Tangled. Like, oh my God.
I'll sing the song. Like the Disney movies that I like, when I put them on, I sing the songs as I watch them. And she showed them a video that she took of me singing the Moana song in fucking See the Line Where the Sky Meets the Sea? All that shit, right?
Because me. Did you sing it in front of them?
No! But hold on. Here's the problem. All this shit about they had this argument about it's for girls, it's not for girls. Oscar's a dude, he does manly stuff and he sings songs and he does this. Like, guys can do whatever they want. They can be manly and they can do this.
Yeah, you have to sing for them.
Blah, blah. I didn't know any of that.
Oh, fuck. And you said
Mom
no.
hadn't told me any of that shit.
Hi, Mom.
The way Mom does.
Yeah.
She just threw me into the middle of the fire. I didn't know any of that. I was just suddenly there and these kids are asking me to sing Moana. I didn't even know she had shown them the videos of me singing Moana. And I was just like, what the fuck?
You broke their little hearts.
And I was like, what the fuck? Nah, I don't want to do that. And then Mom was like, she gave me that face that she gives us where she's like, please just do it. And I don't understand why Mom doesn't understand that I'll get it if you tell me the fucking backstory. If you told me all of that shit,
I would have
told me why, I would have just done it just for the fucking sake of that. But you throw me in the middle of this shit on the spot? Nah. Right? So I didn't sing it.
Were they all disappointed?
They were like, please. And I was like, nah, I'm kind of shy or I'm embarrassed or scared or whatever. And they were like, okay. Like, I guess.
Public speaking is scary. Like,
right? Anyways, later, she didn't reveal any of that shit to me until she came to visit me in Phoenix one time. And me, her, and my two roommates, we went to Hash Kitchen. And she was like, yeah, like he didn't want to sing the Moana shit at the class. And I was like, she just threw me in the middle of this shit, blah, blah, blah. And then she tells the whole fucking backstory. And she's like, so I'm trying to like have him be this kind of like role model for these kids to show them, blah, blah, blah. And then my roommates were like, oh, you're a dick. You didn't sing it. And I was like, yeah, I didn't know any of this.
How did you?
I didn't know any of this.
You should have sung it regardless, you know?
Anyways.
What were you scared of? A bunch of third graders? What do you think they were gonna be like?
They were like, ew, that was off key, man.
Yeah.
Anyways, I love Moana. I did watch that movie for like.
But that's not a child. Stop getting off topic. That's not a childhood story.
Honestly, anything up until like 17, 18, I'll count. Like, I'm cool. Like,
weren't you already past that age, anyways? At that point,
not when the movie came out.
Okay. Well, anyways,
maybe I don't know. Anyways, I like the movie.
Anyways,
anything before 20, I'll count.
You're so annoying. Anyways, I didn't know you could do that. Interesting. Frozen was a really big one for me. I really liked Frozen. It was cool.
I forget how funny Frozen is.
Olaf was my favorite character. My favorite song. What do you think my favorite song was?
Summer.
My favorite song was Summer.
Winter's a good time to stay in and cuddle, but put me in summer, and I'll be a
happy
snowman.
I loved that. That was my fucking favorite.
All
I knew it.
Hot.
Yeah. And it's so funny. It's so funny because like Frozen, a lot of people wanted to be like Elsa, right? Like with the snow powers, let it go. Right? Or they wanted to be Anna. I was like, nah, bitch. I want to be a fucking snowman. You know, I wanted to be Olaf. He was funny. You know what I mean? He could get impaled without dying. It was amazing. You know? Oh, would you look at that? I've been impaled.
I remember so many people hate Frozen, or so many people have hated on Frozen. I forget how much of like a cultural like moment it really was. Like it was really, really big and really successful. It was probably one of the biggest original first movies that Disney had in like the 2010s. You know what I mean? Like no other singular movie kind of did it as big as Frozen did. Mm-hmm. And like the songs were like really popular. Olaf was really popular. Remember how everybody, there was a whole moment on social media where like the whole thing where he takes Anna to the fire and she's like, Olaf, you're melting. And what does he say?
Some people are worth melting for.
That was a fucking moment where like everybody was posting that shit and everybody was like, oh my God, this fucking snowman.
I melt for you.
Yeah, and it'd be that type of shit. Like it was a whole fucking thing.
It was a whole thing.
Yeah.
There's a squirrel.
Or what are you, a fucking dog? Pay attention. Anyways, so
You're
But
just
then if you
jealous
watch the
'cause
movie,
you
it's
don't
also
see
fucking
spoilers.
hilarious because like like the whole bullshit where like he won't stop calling Kristoff Sven. You know what I mean? And he's like, and who's that? Who's that walking donkey over there? And they're like, that's Sven. Okay, and who's the reindeer?
Gear?
That's Sven.
Sven?
And he's like, okay, whatever.
Easier to
And then
remember, you know?
and like he takes it, and like Sven, Kristoff takes his arm off while he's like talking to whoever, and then he smacks him with his detached arm. And he's like, stop it, Sven, and he puts his arm back on. That's just
Yeah.
hilarious. Like,
Yeah.
it's funny.
Yeah.
Anyways, Frozen is cool. Frozen,
Frozen's
if
cool.
you're at a point right now where like you think Frozen is like stupid and overrated, and you just like laugh at it all the time, you should go watch it because
Yeah.
it was so popular that hating on it became popular. You know what I mean?
I hate that. I think that's so stupid. Where the people who like
People
who
who
are
dislike
so
things
scared
just for the sake of
because
disliking them.
no. People who are so scared of being basic, right? That they don't want to like it's in their character. Like, I don't like any of the basic things. I think that's such a bitch made mentality. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you're so insecure within yourself that you just can't like what you like,
Or
even
they're
if
like,
a lot of other
that's how I
people
feel.
like it. Like,
That's how I feel
stupid.
about people. Like, there are certain people that are just contrarian for the sake of being contrarian. Like, they don't like basic shit because it's basic, or they don't listen to music on the radio because it's music on the radio and it's automatically bad. Or it's
Yeah.
like they want to dress differently just to be different. It's like, that's so stupid. Like,
And if you
you
want to
should
dress, and that's the thing, if you want to dress differently because you like how it is, like,
no,
cool.
you
But there's
shouldn't do
people
different. You should just do what you like.
exactly
And if
whether
it's
or not that
different,
is or isn't different.
okay, cool, whatever. You should just watch what you like. You should just listen to what you like. And being different shouldn't be a fucking concern. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Like,
that's
I
stupid.
remember I like Billie Eilish, right? She's one of my favorite artists. And I had liked her since I was in high school and like my senior year of high school. She was like, yeah, like gaining
She was already getting big
popularity.
time.
She was ready to get, yeah, she was like, you know? And it was like one of like, we had like just like sometimes little icebreaker like question things or whatever. And it's like, who's your favorite like artist or whatever? And I was like, Billie Eilish. And then I was paired up with some dude in my class, and he's like, oh, like, you're so basic, like Billie Eilish. And I'm like, I like what I like. And I went like that. And then this chick next to me, who was also my friend, she's like, yeah, she likes what she likes. What the fuck? Who are you? And then she started
like ripping into him.
And then he was just like, it was funny. Anyways,
You
I
know
remember
who else
that
I
every
can't
now and then.
stand on that in that same vein? Because that's the type of shit where
Mom.
like you're like I like Billie Eilish, and he's like, oh, that's
Yeah.
basic, and you're like, yeah, bitch, but I've liked her for the last 3 years. Like, you just caught up to this shit, and now it's basic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I also
Yeah,
don't like that
that's true.
shit. I also can't stand I like them before they were famous ass motherfuckers. Like, who fucking cares? Most of the time people don't know someone before they're famous because they're not famous. Like, you just so
Yeah.
happen to come across them. You know what I mean?
I was
You
gonna
just so
say,
happen to come
I
across them
think
before they were famous.
as someone who's like someone before they're famous, it is like a little fun. Like, it's kind of like a,
I think it's mostly a defensive thing too, because
like,
people come at you for being basic, and you're
and
like,
I
fuck
was
you.
gonna
I
say,
liked this guy a long time ago.
and I was about to say, I was like, it's like fun because it's like it's almost like into a secret club. Like, yeah, like now you're like, welcome to the club, finally, type of thing. But the people who use it, how you're saying, like in a defensive like kind of way, and I'm like, man, fuck you. Like, I don't really like it that I don't like it.
Or they feel like
in
they're
that
better
aspect.
or they're superior because
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
like,
yeah,
ew, you're a new fan. And it's like, isn't that the point, you dickhead? Like,
get
you
new
want your
fans?
artist to continue to be
Yeah.
starving and fucking broke? Like,
Yeah.
sorry. You know what I mean?
Jeez. Well, yeah, because
Or
then once
fuck,
they have
what was I
money
gonna
and
say?
they're full, they're not gonna make good music anymore, you know?
That's also what I don't like. I don't like people who stop liking an artist because they got famous.
Yeah,
that
I
shit
think
happens
that's just
too.
stupid.
Where they're like, oh, they're not underground anymore, or they're not my little secret anymore. Like,
Yeah, because then it's
fuck
like, did you
you.
actually ever like that artist? Or
you know what I mean? Exactly. Like, if you like the music and the music is still good, you should just like the music. Like, your internal feeling of like, ooh, I'm cool because I have good taste because I know this artist nobody else knows about. Get the fuck out of here. Like, that's all in your head. It's stupid. Anyways,
yeah.
On to the next movie.
On to the next movie. You want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go next. I'm gonna put The Croods.
Ooh.
I don't remember. I think The Croods technically came out when I was like 8. No, I had to be. It's on the. Is it on the list of the 2010s movies? No, I don't think it is. I think it technically came out when I was like 8. I fucking love that movie. Okay, it came out when I was 14. I digress. I literally Literally.
Damn, I was 12 when it came out. I don't remember
Yeah.
being that young.
Was it the summer between? So we moved into my nana's house when I was a sophomore, and then we moved out when I was a
I was
senior. So
eighth
there was
grade.
2 summers. So there was 2 summers between sophomore and junior, and then junior and senior. The summer between my sophomore and junior year of high school, the summer in our school district was only like 2 months. We got out like June 3rd, and then we went back like August 4th or some shit, right?
Yeah.
And we had band camp and shit throughout the whole thing and all this shit.
Yeah.
Literally every single day for that entire summer,
He
I
watched
would
the
wake
Croods.
up. I'd make something to
I'd
eat for
wake up in
breakfast,
the
and then
morning.
I would sit down and put on the Croods and eat my breakfast, and I watched the whole fucking movie. Like that's how I started every day. And like maybe I was doing something else, like while I was there, like eating breakfast or this or that or
Doing
practicing.
laundry.
I would practice a lot. No, I would practice a lot because I was in the drum line. And
Yeah.
like the first half of the summer, we had rehearsal for the drum line, and the second half we had rehearsal for the entire band. So I would practice like whatever we were working on, or whatever the fuck. But literally every day, at least for the month of June, every day I put on the Croods and I watched it. I don't remember why I liked it so much, but like even now, if I watch that movie, like that movie
It's a
is
good
hilarious.
movie. Yeah.
It's so funny. It's like, and it's also the type of thing, like there are like a lot of genuinely funny like jokes in the movie, but then I also like, one of the things that I buy into or that I enjoy about the movie is like how I almost like it ironically. Like they're so ridiculously like dramatic about shit, or they like build it up like it's a bigger deal than it really is. Like when they go hunting in the beginning,
Mhm.
and they're trying to get the egg and
The
shit.
egg. Yeah.
And he's all, release the baby.
baby.
How like it's this whole fucking moment, like it's some
Yeah.
fucking like the fucking Colosseum in Rome, and they're releasing the tigers or some shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like they're making it this whole fucking thing, and it's just the baby. But then
Yeah.
it's fucking hilarious that the baby's actually like fucking getting after that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like that type of shit. That, you know what I mean? Like it's not genuinely breathtaking or inspiring or this or that or whatever.
You know what
but I
scene-
would kind of get into that shit of like, oh shit, here comes the baby. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
You know what scene I really like? That's really funny.
which one?
Where they're talking about the other families and how they all died, and he's like, "Tell this bedtime story. Tell the bedtime story." And then like, you know which one? And then it's just his hand.
The very beginning,
he's like,
yeah.
"Meh." They're like, "Meh." And then they're like, "Meh." Like,
The way he
it's
does
funny.
it. Or
Yeah.
it's so funny. He's like, because they're telling the stories. Oh, okay. Never mind. I get what you're saying. Because there's 2 parts where it's like really
Mhm.
similar. In the very beginning, she's like, we're the Croods. And she's like, there used to be others. The so-and-so's stung by a mosquito. The so-and-so's crushed by this. Or swallowed by a sand snake.
Yeah.
And on each of those, it's like the hand pops up on that. That's the part you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like later when they actually asked for a bedtime story because she was climbing on the
Maybe I'm just
sunset and all that
getting
shit.
both of them mixed up together.
They don't happen right next to each other. One of them is in the very beginning when she's introducing the family and narrating just the scene, and then they go on the hunt.
No,
and then when
because
they're done with the hunt,
because the bedtime story is the one where he's talking about this little
Her.
girl. Yeah. Okay. No,
Um,
I'm talking about the very beginning where it's
yeah,
like, yeah, mosquitoes. Like,
yeah, the mosquito, the sand snake, the common cold. They died from the common cold and shit. And no, but it's funny. It's funny the way they tell the story, or like they do stupid little shit where like you kind of have to get it, or you don't get it as a kid. Where like when he's like, tell us a bedtime story, and he's like, how about a story? Yeah, and whatever. And he picks up the little bear, and he's like, I'm gonna tell you guys a story of the little bear. I don't know if it's the bear. I know he's telling the story of her, but I don't know if he portrays it as the bear or how he does it. And he was like,
pretty
and
sure he
she
does it as a
lived,
bear.
and she's like, and he was like a little bear named whatever, and he's like, and she lived her life in fear and terror, so she was happy. And he continues on and like,
Yeah.
and tells the story, and
she
reaches out of it and died and whatever. And then the son is like, or like the grandma's like, same ending as every day or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the son is like, he's like, I get it, Dad. I'll never do something new or different. I promise. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That shit's so funny to me. Anyways, the Croods. The Croods is the shit. I love that
Do you
movie.
think The Croods was supposed to be like a girl movie? Like, because you know how like there's movies that are more tailored for little girls versus little boys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like Turning Red and shit.
Yeah.
The Croods, no.
No.
I think the Croods is more. It's a little more typical to tell the I'm not a little kid, let me go out and see the world story through a girl, through a daughter. But I think it's
Mm,
more of just like an independence slash like living your life story. You know what I mean? Which
I
I think is
see.
applicable to everybody, but I think it is typically told through the frame of father daughter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dynamics.
Like, did you see that shit about? Sorry to deviate from the topic, from the central theme, but this matters, or this is relevant. Did you see how they announced that they were going to make Shrek 5, and then someone tweeted like, "Oh, great, another story of now the daughter's grown up, and Shrek has never let her leave the swamp, and she wants to leave the swamp, and she's like, I'm not a little girl anymore, and he's like, I'm just trying to protect you, and she's like, I want to see the world, and he's like, no, but you don't understand, the world is dangerous, blah 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 blah." And they break down the whole like bullshit typical fucking father daughter, I want to leave, you can't leave, I'm protecting you, I'm not a little girl, whatever the fuck. And they're
Dynamic.
like, great,
Another one
so
of
looking forward
those.
to this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then very soon thereafter they delayed the movie, and the movie's been delayed for like 2 years or some shit, and people are like, damn, did we really just guess the fucking like and I was like, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all if that was the bullshit fucking like recycled storyline that they were going with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then there was someone else that was like, you know what they should do instead of that stupid bullshit that we've seen a million times? They're like, they should do a story where like she's in love. The daughter is like in love with like a boy, like a regular human boy, and she wants to like get a potion to like turn herself into a person because she like doesn't like being an ogre and she wants to go off with the boy. So it's like a young love story, but it's like in that sense. And they're like,
That'd be
nah,
interesting.
like you're an ogre, like don't hate yourself, like it's okay, blah blah blah. And I was like, that's so much better, yeah. So, anyways, I swear if Shrek 5 is about her wanting to leave the swamp and he won't let her because it's dangerous, like whack. Anyways.
It's gonna suck because I feel like they've done Shrek sequels fairly well, you know? So don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, exactly. Like you're one of the only franchises to get all the way up to 4 movies and all 4 of them like in their own right
no, oh my god. A
are
lot of
fucking.
people forget about the what's it called? The third Shrek movie. They
I
get the
told you that shit.
I
I
know,
came
I
up with this
know.
theory.
I'm
Okay, stop saying it, motherfucker. Say
I'm
Oscar
re
said last time.
Oh my god. Oscar, that little bitch, said last time.
Which one?
Anyways, Oscar was saying, I was just re-summarizing, my bad. That people typically confuse the fourth Shrek movie for the third and whatever. But the OG third Shrek movie has like one of my favorite Shrek scenes from all of the franchises, and it's when the fucking Snow White she goes when the princesses are busting out of the place and she's like tearing her fucking dress. That's another
And she like rips
me
off the
kid.
sleeves
Yeah,
and
yeah.
shit.
That's another me kid my kid
Moment.
childhood movie, whatever. She rips off the sleeve and she goes, ah! Like,
And
you
all
know,
the
that
fucking animals fly out of the fucking.
it's
Yeah,
so
that's just
fucking.
cool.
I love that scene. It's so funny. It's such like iconic girly pop moment, you know?
Cunty, like
Cunty. I love it. Yeah.
yeah.
Anyways.
Oh, the point that I was making is that nobody remembers Shrek 3 because I went around and I was asking everyone. I was like,
I
"What is
remembered.
Shrek 1 about?"
I think I was the
Yeah,
only one that remembered, right?
yeah. I was like, "What? Describe to me the basics of the plot of Shrek 1." And they're like, Lord Farquaad, he goes and saves her. They
He's
fall
a
in
short dude
love.
with a bob.
She stays as an ogre. And I was like, describe to me the plot of Shrek 2. They're like, they go to visit the parents far, far away. That's where they have the giant gingerbread man and the fairy godmother and Prince Charming and this and that and blah, 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 blah. And then I'm like, describe to me Shrek 3. And they're like, Shrek 3 is with Rumpelstiltskin and the baby ogres. And
Wrong!
he wishes that he could go back. He's tired of being a parent and he wishes, and they'll do the roar and all this shit. And they start describing Shrek 4. And I'm like, no, everything that you just offered as the details of Shrek 3, all of that is Shrek 4. And I was like, what the fuck happens in Shrek 3? And Sophia was like, that's the one with all the other princesses where they have to go do this and they all fight and blah, blah. And I was like, I don't even remember anything you're saying. And then
I was like, why are you asking me? Like,
the premise of Shrek 3, if you forgot, is that Fiona's parents are dying or dead.
Mhm.
And Shrek and Fiona now have to take over the kingdom, but they don't
Far,
want
far
to.
away.
So then Shrek goes out on a quest to find the last living heir of the kingdom, which is this kid named Artie, which is supposed to be Arthur, like King Arthur. But he goes off to find him and bring him back, and then sets him up as like, you're gonna be the king of Far, Far Away because we're not gonna do this shit.
I guess I go to the school.
And then the conflict of the storyline is that Prince Charming is still resentful because Shrek stole his kingdom. So then he sets up like he sets up a coup to overthrow the kingdom while Shrek is away. They come back, they have to defeat him, whatever.
And that's one of the princesses, that bitch.
Oh yeah, Rapunzel, I think it is, betrays the other princesses.
Not right.
And
here.
that's where in Shrek 3. Oh yeah, not here, Kid and Whiskers. Yeah. And Shrek 3. That's where they announced that Fiona's pregnant. So part of the storyline is that Shrek is like, fuck, I'm going to be a dad. Like, I don't know how to do that. And then that's where they start. That's where they pick up in Shrek 4. So anyways, nobody remembers Shrek 3.
Except me. I remember it. I liked it.
Because she remembers the fucking sleeves and shit. And she was like...
Yeah, because like I felt like... Because honestly, I would watch it and I'm like, man, I fucking get that. Like, sometimes I just want to fucking like... like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Or like it was that whole sort of thing. I feel like we should talk about stand-up comedy too. It's a little too broad if we also talk about stand-up comedy, but we're really into stand-up comedy, so we'll talk about it every now and then. This is the second stand-up comedy bit that I'm going to mention today. There's a bit by Chris D'Elia in his Man on Fire special where he's like, you know,
there's
how you
a man
do that
that's
thing?
on fire.
No, it's the movie Man on Fire.
I know.
We should do a movie episode ranking Dakota Fanning movies. Because she's been in everything. No, because then we gotta watch I Am Sam.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to do it.
I like how we both realized it at the same time. No, yeah. We got to. I just recently saw the fucking another clip from that movie that I completely forgot about, where she's like fucking she's not finally, she's like removed from him and it's like this other people, right? And he moved by closer to be like closer to her, but then she sneaks out of the house to like go because she missed her dad, and he like would take her back to the house where she's like living at now with like her like new parents or whatever, and like it's just her.
Oh, hold on, I thought you were, oh my gosh, this whole time I thought you were talking about Man on Fire, and I was like, when the fuck? None of that shit happens. What are you talking about?
Sam.
No, yeah, I don't know. I don't remember any of the details. Like I'm not picking up anything you're saying and not remembering any of it.
Well, point is,
it's sad or what?
Because she keeps sneaking out, and he like.
No, shut up! Stop telling me these details of this sad ass movie. If I have to remember this, I'm gonna watch it, and that's it. I don't want to know it any other way.
The next time we're together, we should react. We should watch I Am Sam, and that's the movie, the first one.
No, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
No, because the next time I'm gonna see you is gonna be over Thanksgiving
Christmas
weekend, and that's already gonna be December. So we need to get the Christmas shit started at that point. We should do reacting to Christmas movies we've never seen.
Okay,
anyways,
I guess whatever.
Hold on, the point is
Man on Fire.
Man on Fire is the name of the movie and the special that Chris D'Elia did. Chris D'Elia starts talking about the movie, and he's like, you know how you do that thing when you watch a movie and you see the main character, and he's fucking badass, and you're like, that's fucking me. I'm Denzel in my life if my life was a Denzel movie. My point is, that was Sophia watching Snow White do that shit. She's like, that's fucking me.
Yeah. That was me.
And then he talks about how you're not Denzel, because Denzel's like super cool and good looking and ripped, and he's like, you're fat. You don't even,
I'm still Snow White. Look, fair skin, dark hair.
Don't you know Snow White's brown now? Anyways,
I'm also kind of brown. I'm Hispanic, Anyways, depends on who you ask.
Bro, I feel like it's amazing. Sorry, this is also off topic, but it generally has to do with media. I've never seen someone burst onto the scene so terribly and recover so well just to then take another downturn than Rachel Zegler. Because I think, to my understanding, her first her big Hollywood break was the West Side Story movie, the revamp or rendition, whatever that they did a few years ago.
Yeah.
That was like her kind of big Hollywood break, to my understanding. And then she immediately was signed on after that to do the Snow White movie. Mm-hmm. And then they started doing all the promo and all the press, and everybody fucking hated her. And her career, or publicly, PR, whatever, immediately had this horrible fucking nosedive of everybody hates her, fuck Disney, fuck Snow White, fuck Rachel Zegler, right? And then it was doubled down because she did Shazam 2. And at one point, I think it was her, She did Shazam 2, and they asked her, like, oh, what made you want to do this movie? And she was like, I needed a
Money.
job, bro. Like, I needed money. And everybody was hating on that answer, which I think is stupid. It's like, fuck you. Like, these motherfuckers have bills to pay too, you know?
I know. It's
and
like,
first of all, fuck you. They have bills to pay too. Second of all, that's also funny. Like, it's also a joke. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I took it mostly.
No,
I would
but
have taken it
people-
mostly as a joke.
Yeah, but people already didn't like her. So they're
Yeah,
like,
yeah. So
she's
that's
not
what, they're just
funny,
hating
like-
because they hate her, not because what she
Yeah,
said
yeah.
was actually like unreasonable.
and it's so
you know?
real though. Like that's such a fucking valid answer, even if she was so real. Because how many times have we been on interviews, like job interviews, and they're like, "So why do you want to work here?"
And you're
Why
just
does
like, I
anyone
need
wanna work
fucking money.
anywhere?
I have
I need
bills
money.
to pay.
Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
the fuck. Yeah.
Anyways, and then she recovered so fucking well with the Hunger Games movie.
Yeah.
Because she's actually a really good actress and she actually sings like an angel.
Yeah.
And like she killed it in that movie. And then it was this whole thing of like, oh my God, she's so
Yeah.
awesome. And the music and the fucking and she played it so well and whatever the fuck. And everything was like cool and great and awesome. And in my
amazing.
head, I fucking knew it. I think I even told you, I was like, bro, when this Snow White movie comes out, she's gonna like fall again. Like it's gonna be crazy. And I was like, I'm actually amazed that people are like the public
Forgetting.
reception. Yeah, the people are forgetting about the Snow White shit and that she's like in a very good place publicly right now. That's crazy. And then the Snow White movie came out and then it fucking happened. And I was like, wow, that's
I knew it.
crazy.
No, I think just the whole Snow White movie. No, the whole Snow White movie just wasn't it. Yeah, with Gal Gadot or whatever, and
I never saw it, but
it.
I'm sure. I've
wasn't
never
worth
seen
it.
a live action remake.
We're
that
gonna. I was about to
worth
say
watching.
we're gonna eventually have an episode where we rank all of the live action remakes, and you're gonna have to watch it, and then you'll see why everyone.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Ugh, yeah.
I haven't seen most of them. I think the only live action remakes I've
Mhm.
seen, like all of them, are the Alice in Wonderland ones.
Mhm.
But I remember those
Mhm.
actually being
Yeah.
good.
I like those.
Like Through the Looking Glass and all that shit. But like the
Stop.
live action Lion King, haven't seen it. Live action Little Mermaid, haven't seen it. Live action
You've
Mulan,
seen
haven't
the
seen it.
Mowgli. What's it called?
I think I've seen Mowgli. Yeah, I've seen Mowgli. It was
Yeah.
The Jungle Book was the
Jungle
name of
Book.
the Disney one, and then they made
But
a
I
Mowgli
think
one, which is
the
like a
live
different one,
action-
but the same thing.
But the live action was called Mowgli, right?
No, the live action was called The Jungle Book, and then there was another movie about the same book called Mowgli that was also
Yeah,
live action. There's
that's-
two of them that came out,
I know, but I was talking about
but the one
called
by Disney is not
Mowgli.
called Mowgli.
But I was talking about the one called Mowgli.
That's
I'm
not,
not
by
saying-
Disney though.
But it's still a live action one.
Who cares?
About it.
Anyways, I haven't seen the live action Snow White either. Damn, I'm gonna have to watch all of them. Oh, they're gonna suck.
Ha ha ha.
Anyways,
Anyways,
they should make a live action Finding Nemo. No, I'm just kidding. They shouldn't do that. Don't fucking do that.
Imagine just real fish. Like,
Just real stupid looking fish with stupid human eyes and shit. Like, whack.
they should make a live action Cars.
no.
Imagine.
I didn't even like Cars 3.
Anyways,
I didn't like Cars 3 because I'm a
Um,
hater. And I was like, fuck that little bitch. Why does she get to be the new fucking piston cut? Like, why does she, like the whole passing of the baton
he's
thing where
the
it's like,
Hudson now.
fuck you. I don't want that. I want Lightning McQueen to be the fucking champion. the
Anyways,
star. Anyways.
yeah. So I like that one. I like real quick. I'm gonna speed through the other two in my list because we're already coming up pretty long. I liked Coraline. We've talked about that before, though. I really enjoy Coraline. Which actually, okay. So for Halloween, we had gone to one of my friend's house, and then we were watching just like Halloween movies, and they put on Coraline. So I told you it was a Halloween movie, but anyways, they put on Coraline, and it's so funny. Have you ever watched Coraline with people that have never watched Coraline before, Oscar?
Oh my God, no, actually.
I
That
have.
sounds hilarious.
It was hilarious because like there were like I still don't think it's like that scary of a movie. You know what I mean? Like I watched it when I was a
Yeah.
kid. I didn't think it was scary then. Maybe a little suspenseful. You know what I mean? But I wasn't like scared or anything.
Oh my
You know what I
God.
mean? There were like when we were watching it, there was someone who was like, "Oh my, ah!" like and like reacting like
Like
that.
actual jump scares and this and that?
Grown ass adult though, like one of my friends. You know what I mean? And I was like,
Yeah.
"Is this how normal people react? Am I a weirdo?" Like I was watching this
There-
and I was like, you
Are
know
you,
what I
in
mean?
your head, you're like, are you a bitch? Like,
Or am I weird? Yeah, I was like, which one is it? Because it's one. Like,
yeah.
but yeah. And then I brought up 9. I was like that one. And then one of the other people there who was saying like, yeah, like Coraline like freaked him out as a kid. He was like, oh, I would never watch 9. No, like no. Even now as an adult, no. And I was like,
Damn, you a
I think
bitch,
you're just
bro.
a bitch. Yeah, I was like, I just think that. And we all laughed and it was funny. But yeah.
You bitch for real. We should watch like childhood traumatizing movies, like Nine,
Ooh.
Coraline.
We'll talk
or,
about
like,
that later, though.
This is the type of shit that like, oh, we need an audience so we can like ask questions like what was the most traumatizing movie you saw as a kid, and then we can just watch all those, you know?
Yeah. And then another one, my last one of the list is Nightmare Before Christmas.
We should do a part 2 because I'm looking at this list of popular movies from the 2000s and I'm remembering a bunch of like, oh yeah, I love that shit.
Big
Oh
Hero
yeah, I love
6
this shit.
was great.
Oh yeah, I love that shit. And
Yeah.
like we're already at an hour and 13. And
Yeah.
so like we should do another episode of this and talk
Yeah.
about it some more.
Well, that can be next week's
Ooh, I
episode.
just saw another one.
Just part 2.
Ooh, I just saw another one.
Oh my god. Okay, we get it, Oscar. You're seeing plenty of them.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about these. Oh, those are big ones actually.
Oh my god.
Like really important ones. Anyways, okay.
We'll do a part 2.
Part 2 next week. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, or don't, or please do, please. Well, like, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.